If you're thinking about starting a coaching or consulting business, niche is a word you're going to hear over and over. So, what is everyone talking about? Do you really need one? What happens if you don't have one? What happens if you choose the wrong one? And what is the one piece of popular advice about niching that is most likely to steer you into the weeds? Let's get to the bottom of all of that today. Hey, I'm Laura Zavelson, and this is the Gen Expert Show, where we talk about capitalizing on your experience and expertise so you can build a business as a coach, consultant, or independent expert. So you can finally be the one in control of your time, your impact, and your financial future. So, what is a niche anyway, and why does it matter? Isn't a niche something like a hole in a tree or a little place in a wall for something? Well, when it comes to coaching and consulting, what people mean when they're talking about niche is defining the intersection of what you do. So, like financial consulting or mindset coaching or personal organizing, and who you do it for. Okay. Now, the prevailing advice, and this is what the gurus and the internet gets right. We'll talk about what they get wrong in just a few minutes. But the part they get right is that you need to get really specific about what you do and who you do it for. But let's start with the big question. Why can't your target audience be everyone? After all, isn't casting a big net the best way to catch more clients? Well, not exactly. And here's why. Imagine that you're a packed networking event, okay? So the host gets up on the stage and says, someone left their phone on the buffet table. All right, suddenly, like the whole room is patting their pockets and checking their purses, right? And then she adds, well, it's the black phone with the glittery pink case. Now, only one person stands up, and it's the person who really wants her phone back. The thing about marketing online is that we don't really find our clients. Our job is to help our clients find us. And on the internet, especially on social media, everybody is up on stage. They all have their own microphone and they're all making announcements 24/7. So your ability to be super specific about who you're looking for, like the person with the black iPhone with the pink sparkly case, right? That's going to help people find you faster. Now, look, I can hear you pushing back on this all the way through the internet. So let's talk about some of the big objections around this idea. The first one, and the one I think I hear the most, is I'll lose opportunities, right? So, look, if you were just starting out, there's no way you could serve everyone, even if you wanted to. When you start a business, you've got a lot going on. As they say, you have to wear all the hats. And so, focusing your efforts on one specific audience is actually a gift. You are just one person. So, the absolute best thing you can do right now is solve a problem for one other person. You can expand and serve more audiences later. That's how you grow. But for now, narrow is your friend, focus is your friend, because that's actually what's going to help you make progress when your business is very small and just starting. Okay, so the second thing that often comes up in conversations like this one is, well, this idea of niching really seems upside down. Why wouldn't I start broad and then narrow down once I find out who I like working with? Well, actually, more often than not, this is actually how it happens because you get started thinking you're going to build a business doing this one thing. And then you either learn that it won't work or you get an opportunity elsewhere and you take it because you need the money. And then you have a few more clients. And at the end of the day, your business is to find you, not the other way around. Or, and this happens a lot, you end up with a bunch of random clients, all who want different services and different programs. Now, look, it's okay if you build your business that way. It's okay if that's what your business looks like for the first couple of years. And if random people keep walking through the door and offering to give you money, then by all means, ride that wave until it gets too big. But if you're going to expend any energy at all on marketing, email, social media, paid ads, speaking, referrals, right? All of it's going to work better if you're specific about who you want to work with. Because remember, marketing is not about finding people, it's about helping people find you. Okay. And then one other objection I hear a lot of the time is, well, what if I pick the wrong niche, right? Here's the good, you will be with the majority. So, according to the research, 70% of successful businesses change from their original strategies. So, it's totally okay. In the first months or even years of your business, you are in constant learning mode. In fact, one of the leading researchers who studies what businesses who make it have in common, his name is Eric Reyes, says that learning should actually be how you measure your progress in the early days of your business. So, if I've convinced you that you don't have to worry about missing opportunities or picking the wrong niche, what if you go ahead and do it? Like, what are the benefits to your business? Well, first of all, you get that focus. So if you're with me, that the main thing you should be doing at this stage of your business is learning. Being very intentional about who you want to work with is going to be liberating. So think of all those networking events you don't have to go to, all the articles you don't have to write, all the social media channels you don't have to be on because your person isn't there. And I think that's what the popular advice is trying to focus on. Now, they stop short of giving you the whole picture, which is what I want to talk about in a minute. But the main benefit of a niche is that when you know what you're looking for, you can stop wasting energy on what doesn't matter. And that's when things start clicking. Another benefit of narrowing your focus is that it's much easier to see the impact if you change something. It's like when you do experiments using the scientific method, right? When something doesn't work, you change one variable at a time. That's really hard to do if you're spread really thin trying to serve everyone, right? But if you're narrow and you shift your message and all of a sudden people start responding or stop responding, it's much easier to figure out what happened. Okay, last thing on this. If you are targeting a narrow group of people that has a lot in common, you're going to get better feedback so you can improve your product or service faster. Let's say you're a career coach and you're helping everyone find a new job, and then you ask for feedback. Well, a 20-year-old at the start of their career might say, well, I really wish you offered more resume writing tools. But a 40-year-old might say, I really wish you offered more networking tools. So, how do you know which to fix first? So, here's something that trips a lot of people up, and the reason that I'm not crazy about a lot of the popular advice out there around niching. When trying to help you find your niche, a lot of the gurus and the internet, advice is that you should get really focused on sketching out this ideal client or this client avatar. And the way they frame it is that it's a super specific person plus your area of expertise. Now, don't get me wrong, thinking about your audience demographics can be helpful, but it's only one piece of the puzzle. You can be super specific about who your ideal client is, like their age, job, and their hobbies. But you can't just imagine a person and then apply coaching or consulting to them, right? You have to solve a problem. You have to solve a problem they care about and that they're willing to pay for. Otherwise, you don't have a business. So here's how I like to reframe niching. It's a person plus a problem. And I call that a focus area. So let me give you an example of how this is different, right? If you think about it sort of the traditional way, you say, I'm a wellness coach for new moms. But if you look at it as a focus area with a problem, you say, I work with new moms who want to eat healthier, but they don't have time for planning, shopping, and food prep. Do you see how you can build a completely different business if you focus on the problem versus just sort of generically on a group of people? See how that second approach actually gives your business focus and clarity? It helps your potential clients find you. So it's not just about who they are, it's about the problem that you solve. Okay, I'm going to do a whole nother episode on how to find your niche or focus area to find that person plus the problem. But in the meantime, you can go ahead and start thinking about how you might narrow down things. Who do you most enjoy helping? Is it individuals, small businesses, specific industries? Get clear on the people that you'd be excited to work with, those client avatars, right? And then I want you to start thinking about the kind of problems that they have that you could help solve. Okay, you don't have to have a perfect answer today, but remember at this stage of your business, the key unit of progress is learning. So, as we wrap up, if you'd like some help in figuring all this out, you can download the GenX Escape Plan. It is a completely free guide that I put together that talks about how to find your niche, how to test it out, how to start defining your business area, and more importantly, how you can start making progress. Okay, the link is right below in the description and in the show notes. Okay, thanks for tuning in today. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this episode with anyone who needs to hear it. I will see you next time.